This is my review of Easy Rider. Released in 1969, directed by Dennis Hopper, starring Dennis Hopper, Peter Fonda. And this is an iconoclastic film of the 1960s, representative of a new wave of independent films. Really made its mark when it was released in '69. Now, I want to just hold this DVD up once again so you see Peter Fonda's head moving sideways, pointed sideways, and he's staring into forever. Seems like he can see forever. And he doesn't like what he sees. Also, the tagline says, "A man went looking for America and couldn't find it anywhere." Now that tagline and this photo, drawing of Peter Fonda's head, seeing forever and not liking what he sees is very expressionistic for me. Really brings it all home. This is a movie of Peter Fonda plays Captain America. Dennis Hopper plays Billy, two outlaws who finance a road trip riding choppers. They're driving choppers from California going to Mardi Gras, and they sell a package of drugs to finance their trip. Once they take to the open road, they run into situations. They can't find a motel. They find a commune. They meet George Hansen, an ACLU lawyer, played by Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's performance of George Hansen is very unique to the movie. It's a fantastic movie. Fantastic performance. Jack Nicholson has his breakout role in this movie. Also, Jack Nicholson's appearance in the movie was the result of the financing distribution from one studio to another. Jack Nicholson and Peter Fonda worked together before. I think all three, Dennis Hopper, Peter Fonda, Jack Nicholson, had worked in one, if not two, movies 2 years before Easy Rider. And character of George Hansen, he joins Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper on their choppers. George Hansen rides in the back of Peter Fonda's chopper wearing a football helmet, and it is very interesting to see what happens to not only Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper, but also with George Hansen. The three of them get to a diner where they're refused service. People are back talking about them, about their appearance, and the whole time they're not being refused service, they're being talked about, represents the prejudice that the South has, the um, the people who they run into, their prejudice that they have for people like George Hansen, Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper. There is a scene at a campfire where Dennis Hopper and George Hansen are talking. Dennis Hopper says, "You know, we have long hair and we represent freedom to people, and they're afraid of us because we represent freedom." George Hansen goes, "Yes, they are afraid of what you represent." Dennis Hopper goes, "What's the wrong thing about freedom? What is wrong with freedom?" George Hansen says, "Well, hey, freedom is what it's all about, but talking about freedom and being free are two different things. It's hard to be free when you are bought and sold in the marketplace. Don't tell anybody that they're not free, because they will prove to you that they are free." And that scene really stuck with me because it made me wonder if anybody's life in America is free. It made me wonder if anybody is free. Probably not. George Hansen's fate is later met with the same people who made fun of the three characters at the diner. Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper, the survivors of this beating, make it to Mardi Gras. They meet two girls at a bordello. Then they take to the open streets. Later, Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper are at a campfire. Peter Fonda says, "You know, Billy," Dennis Hopper, "you know, Billy, we blew it." Dennis Hopper says, "Well, hey, we went for the big money, and then you're free. Get it?" Peter Fonda says, "We blew it." Meaning that they could have done better with their road trip. They could have been safer. They could have learned more. Could have had a better time. I won't give away the ending of the movie. It is quite a gripping ending, as it is a fantastic movie that I would recommend to anyone. Never get tired of this movie. I've seen it many, many times, and that's my review of Easy Rider.